What's happening today at work? Well, that's the question we at the ADP Research Institute examine all year long. In this latest issue, we examine data from 13 million jobs and global sentiment surveys from more than 28,000 workers in 28 countries. And we found some surprising new trends that reveal how much people are actually working, how engaged they are at work, and how stress is affecting them and more. Here with me to help share his perspective on these insights in action, ADP Chief Talent Officer Jay Caldwell. Jay, thanks for being here. And I want to start with what Today at Work means for you right now. What are the key things that you're focused on?
Yeah, great question. How much time do you have, Neela? There's so much happening in the world of work. For me and my organization, I like to think about the outcomes we're focused on. So 3 big things. One is retention, and how do we keep people in our organization and engaged and create the right environment for all the different types of employees that we have. 2 is experience. And as people join the organization and they work with us and how they interact with our systems and tools and processes, how do we make that as positive and effective as possible? And 3rd is leader effectiveness. So how do we make sure our leaders are as impactful as they possibly can be? And in all that, trying to keep up with the pace of change, because if you ask me in 12 months, my 3 priorities might be actually quite different based on what's happening in the world.
That's a lot to keep up with. And then we're going to ask you, how do you apply all of that with the issues that we are focused on the research side when it comes to hours worked, which may be changing, levels of engagement, and then the constant companion that sometimes nobody wants, which is stress. How does that also affect your priorities from a day-to-day perspective?
Yeah, all of the research that the Research Institute is producing really helps us prioritize where we want to look within our organization. So these are great trends that we see in the macro environment, and it helps us really target what should we examine within our organization and what strategies should we take to react to them, whether that's how engaged our employees are, whether that's what stress levels people are feeling, or understanding how things like hybrid work or working in the office might affect our employees' work experiences.
That's great. And I assume that you gather a lot of information to inform the kind of strategies that you promote and institute. How do you use data and insights in your key priorities?
So there really isn't anything we do at this point that doesn't include some type of data, or said a different way, evidence on what we're either recommending for the organization or looking at the impact of changes that we make and how that affects things like engagement or retention or the day-to-day experience our employees or associates are having.
Thank you. And I'm glad to hear that data is so central to what you do as you try to make the world of work better here at ADP. Thank you, Jay, for joining us. I appreciate your perspectives. For more on the latest issue of Today at Work, please visit adpri.org.